Hello everyone, it's been a minute and there's a lot to cover, so let's get into it. Quick housekeeping, end of the year sale is going on, 20% off on itch, same discount on yearly Patreon subs. MegaBlock Survivors is basically done and releasing soon, more on that in the end. Now, on to actual updates. So, dynamic dungeons, that's a big one. The old system had a problem. Dungeons were locked to specific level ranges. If you're level 50, you do the level 50 dungeon. If you're level 150, different dungeon. Sounds fine, except we have 200 levels and not nearly enough dungeons to cover all of them. There were gaps. Some servers don't run all the content, so even more gaps. And here's the thing that really bothered me. We keep making better dungeons. More effort, more custom models, more scripted powers. And then that dungeon is good for, what, 5 levels? That's it. All that work and new players never see it because they're not high enough level yet. Or worse, seasonal content. The Christmas dungeon is level 50 something, so you're fighting Santa in the middle of June because that's the only dungeon for your level range. Not great. So, we fixed it. Dynamic dungeons let you pick the level and difficulty when you enter. The dungeon scales to you. Done. Many dungeons are already converted, more are coming. There's a boss lockout, so you can't just farm the same dungeon forever. We started this lockout out at 24 hours, but we will probably go to 72 once we have everything converted. And yes, it is configurable. This is the Hallowed Haunt, our first dynamic dungeon and the first one with custom sounds. 3 difficulty levels, each with different boss power sets. A big thanks to Frost and Dally for the work on this one, as always. There's a new item system. Starting level 20, drops aren't iron or diamond or netherite anymore. They are these: bronze at 20, palladium at 50, corrupted at 100, living at 150, and ultimatium at 200. I know Minecraft has copper now, it is what it is. These were made before that. All free and built into the plugin. And, for the first time, these are actually slightly better than netherite in vanilla, about 1% at level 20, scaling up to double at 200. If you don't want that, turn it off in the configuration file. We finally have proper boss bars, also health displays on top of those bosses. I think it looks good. If you disagree, let me know. The EliteMobs resource pack is now bundled inside the plugin, no more external downloads. Even better, dungeons now package their own assets. So if you only have a few dungeons installed, your resource pack is smaller. If you have everything, it's bigger, which is to be expected. And if you're an items adder user, I know you've been suffering. Resource Pack Manager now has a one-click automatic configuration system for items adder. So no more configuring your plugin, no more opening support tickets. You just click and you go, and that's done. Here's a few random updates that are pretty cool. Free Minecraft Models now has per axis scaling, so enemies can get squished properly. There's a new wiki. The translation system now uses CSV files, which makes life easier for translators. There's tons of bug fixes and memory leaks that I've squashed. And everything has been updated to Minecraft 121.11. A quick mention of my side project, SteamRex.io. I made this. It recommends Steam games based on what you've played, with a section specifically for hidden indie gems. It also has useful stats for game devs, wishlist estimates, release calendar, that kind of thing. Plus, some daily trivia games if you are into that. It is not monetized, it's just something I built for fun. Now, for the big stuff. The EliteMobs 10 Alpha is out on Discord right now. The guild system is now gone. To be clear, it was not a good system, and we didn't even get to it through any logical means. At some point, we had mobs, and at some point, I wanted some kind of leveling system. And because the mobs dropped coins, I figured, well, okay, just pay the coins to unlock ranks. It wasn't really thought out, it was confusing, it was not fun, and now it's gone. The prestige system is also gone. Dynamic dungeons make it unnecessary. You can do any content at any level now, so there's no need to reset to experience lower level dungeons again. What we are replacing this with is a proper skill system. If you've played RuneScape or Skyrim, this will feel familiar. Each weapon type has its own skill. Swords, axes, bows, crossbows, tridents, scythes, armor. You level them independently by killing stuff with that weapon. Your combat level is the average of your best skills. Level cap is now level 100, down from 200. But it is a more meaningful grind, and it is just more fun. And here's where things get important. Item requirements are now tied to skill levels. If you want that level 60 axe, you will need that level 60 axe skill. This is the actual progression system now. There are currently 67 passive abilities spread across all weapon types. Lifesteal, bleed, crit, dodge, ricochet, the staples of MMORPG games. You currently unlock them at levels 10, 25, 50, and 75, although these are just placeholder numbers for now. But you can only have 3 active per weapon at a time. So you pick your loadout, experiment, Figure out what works for your playstyle. Maybe you adapt to different content, maybe you just find something you like and you stick to it. You might notice there's no active abilities. That is intentional. The reason for that is because we are considering adding classes. So for classes, the idea is you unlock classes by leveling specific skill combos. Hypothetically, we could have a Berserker class where you need a level 30 axes and level 20 crossbows in order to unlock it. And then you'd be able to use active skills related to things themed around Berserkers, such as short bursts of higher damage or perhaps higher lifesteal or something like that. This is going to be a community poll. I want feedback on what classes you want, if you want classes at all, and what abilities make sense. So keep an eye out for that on Discord. To be clear, a lot of this is still being balanced. The level difference between level 15 and level 16 is about 1 damage right now, which is not exciting, and it doesn't fit the new leveling system. We are currently working on it. Here are a few of the new features from this new leveling system. There's an anti-mob farm measure in place. Damage is now split, half goes to the weapon and half is based on your skill level. We are experimenting with higher level mobs gaining inherent abilities, like being harder to knock back or having a chance to dodge, although none of this is currently final. I need feedback, which is why the alpha is currently out. So that's where we are at. The alpha is on Discord, so download it, test it, tell me what's broken and what feels bad. The end of year sale is still going on magmaguy.h.io and patreon.com/magmaguy for yearly subscriptions and everything that you can buy one time in shops, as well as a one big time everything purchase that I always do once a year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.